Alright, I've spent 100 hours in RimWorld. So how much have I actually learned? Let's find out. So guys, on the scenario, I'm going with Crashlanded. Because if I'm gonna struggle, I might as well struggle properly from the very start. I'm just gonna keep it simple. Crashlanded for the scenario, and a storyteller that won't completely destroy me right away. Yeah, hopefully. Alright guys, here's how the map looks like. I need to find a spot that have more faction that's slightly peaceful for trading purpose. This place look pretty decent, but actually I just don't want to spend another hour to find a perfect location. For people who's new to RimWorld, you guys just have to know that this is one of the most important part before you start the game or create a world. And also, this is one of my favorite part before creating a world, that I can see a lot of information of a pawn. For example, the gender of a pawn and the childhood or adulthood. I just like to read this kind of stuff. This is just where my interest in. The one thing that I have to say that they actually made the story very interesting. And just if you guys wonder, a lot of traits that appear on my screen actually come from mods that I subscribe. Alright, let's meet the squad. Kaleun, MacIntyre, and Dimitri. First we have Kaleun, who's good at social and intellectual. Then there's MacIntyre, who's good at plant-related jobs. And by the way guys, what I'm trying to do is to balance out the team skill and hopefully have an easier life in the opening. And finally, Dimitri. Even though he had an old gunshot which could decrease efficiency, however, he had a pretty decent skill. A quick pause. I completely forgot to turn on my audio and I only realized while I'm editing. So now I'm just gonna piece together what I think I was saying. Let's hope it makes sense. Basically, I'm just setting up different zones like stockpiles and some basic constructions for my pawns. Assigning jobs based on their skill to keep things efficient. Most importantly, I'm going to set up a huge growing zone to ensure we have enough food. Because of my previous survival, it didn't go well without food. Building a research table is also crucial, otherwise Kaleun will have nothing to do. And of course, I'll run this colony like a proper capitalist. Maximum labor and minimum breaks. So a wolf attacked, and Dimitri was the first to get hit. He took some serious damage but still managed to stay on his feet. Not long after, Kaleun got injured too, which made things even worse. Luckily, we still managed to kill the wolf. However, with both of them down, MacIntyre was the only one left to handle everything. She had to tend their injuries, keep the colony running, and somehow not let everything fall apart. Over here, I finally realized that I need electric to ensure the freezer is working. So here, I built a windmill to generate electricity. A trader showed up, but there was nothing useful to trade. At least, it solved my loneliness for a bit. Finally, everyone recovered and they finally can continue to develop the colony. Without other two pawns, it's really suffering in the early game to develop. As you guys know, I'm just a beginner in this game, So actually, most of the time I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just wandering around the map. I'm wondering if the pawns always work that slow, or is it because of me that caused them to have slow working efficiency? After building the windmill long time ago, it finally got to do its job. Actually, I think for a long time to decide which room to put the freezer, as there will be hot air coming out. And when I finally get to name the faction and settlement, I will name it Bob Family and Bob Town. And this is a pretty dumb mistake that I didn't keep the conduit near enough to the freezer. And one of the mistakes I made in this video is that I didn't keep the meat fresh enough, and it is rotten. And over here I'm just waiting all the pawns to get their jobs done, as they are very dumb and cannot finish the job in the speed I expect. Guys, our first raid, which is a naked man. I think he's a man. I don't remember actually. Here comes my favorite part of the game, which is slave, guys. I don't know why I sound like a psychopath or something like that. Ah yes, the first prisoner of my growing empire, and he's naked. Truly the definition of starting from nothing. At this moment I was thinking, oh, that's actually a good route for traders here. But yeah, I forgot to record my audio, so now I'm just re-explaining it. Over here I'm just thinking why all my pawns receive a minor break risk, and I completely forgot about giving them a table to eat. And you guys have to excuse me as I would take longer time to plan for the location of furniture, and also planning is actually kind of the key of RimWorld. Thanks to Kaleun and MacIntyre, we finally finished our first research, which is battery. And by the way you guys can recommend me by comment down below what's the best order on research. After all the crops finally grew, we actually became rich. Who knows, farming could be the key to success in RimWorld. This also made me think that I could include some challenge like only trade crops with other faction in my future video. Here's the end of the video. If you like my video, please like and subscribe. Hope to see you in my next video.